Any minute, money, more. How many young girls on the road? I know you see. I know y'all remember that song, man. It's an old song, but what up, man? Shit, I'm back, man. Shit, man. Amen. Say, man. Amen. Say, man. My robbery, a robber. Give me them Cuban links and them baguettes. The account is at 125. We did close for about $80 profit. Uh huh. I can show you out of the account history. That's old shit. $84 we made. I was honestly looking to make 100 something dollars, but I kind of closed my trade before TP was hit. So I could have honestly kept that position that I added, that 70 cent loss. Could have kept that in there and I would have made more money. But I just didn't want to get margin called. Even though I knew where price was going, even like just to be safe, I didn't want it to retrace. And then I get margin called and it's still going my direction because that's usually how that shit goes sometimes. So now the account's at 125. We tripled the account from $40 all the way to 125. So I just closed my trade once I was at like 80 something dollars. I seen like $90 in profit at one point, but I pretty much closed it prematurely, like some of you niggas premature. But I want to discuss some of these markets and what I'm looking at, and you know, you know, um, you never make me stay, so take your weight off of me. I know your every move, so won't you please let me be? Been times before, but I was too blind to see. You seduce every man, just time you won't seduce me. She's saying that's okay. Hey, baby, do what you please. Man, my voice is all off, man. I don't even feel like singing shit or like even trying to attempt my fucking shit is thrown. Also, did y'all hear about these fucking niggas letting them niggas off the boat? They trying to fucking COVID part 2 bitch ass niggas. I don't know if I believe that shit, but you know, these niggas be doing some goofy ass shit, so I kind of do believe it. But yeah, man, you shouldn't be letting them niggas off the fucking boat, man. Keep them niggas on the boat for fucking about 2 months. Keep them niggas isolated, bro. You know what I'm saying? Throw them niggas a box of goddamn fucking a med kit or some shit, Fortnite, nigga. Cause them niggas a big pot. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas be alright, trying to put everybody else in danger and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, fuck that shit. Better Pearl Harbor they motherfucking goddamn boat, man. They all sick on that bitch with that virus, man. But check me out. Um, TP was smack. What I say? Hey, say man, go back to my fucking last video, bitch, and go look at that shit. And what the fuck did I say? My TP's around 82 fucking bands, 82,000, fool. Silly man, silly fucking man, silly fucking man. I call shit around here, boy. I keep telling y'all, bro, this is the way. Teaching y'all niggas the way. I just had like a small little slip up and shit, cause you know psychology's everything when you trading, you know. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm fixing shit, but I hate when it does this. Anyways, price got to this lower high right here. You know what I'm saying? So there were had this crazy ass drop when it broke this level of buyers and had this crazy drop. That's where sellers were sitting at. So price got to that zone and had this reaction. Literally called in my last vid, bro. I said 82 bands, fool. I said 82,000, dog. And then that's the target. So it really smacked TP with the smoothness, you know? So broke a higher low, created a lower low and a lower high. So you can see probably price retrace down to probably this level or maybe this level where it broke out of. We'll see if it creates a higher low at this level and then starts building back up bullish. Because remember, price goes from sellers to buyers. So once it comes back down to this level of buyers, that's when your area of interest is going to be at a level of sellers and level of buyers. Remember, if you're taking a setup, what I'm mostly looking for, I'm taking a setup is, are we at a key level? I'm going to break this down on gold. But we got to be at a key level because the key levels are important. The key levels in the market structure shift is what you're looking for when you're taking a trade or you're looking for a setup. It's all market structure and the key levels. So when I'm looking for a trade, what the fuck? When I'm looking for a trade, I need to be at a level of sellers and then I need to see the structure be bearish in order for me to take a sale. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with buys. I need to be at a key level of buyers and I need to see the structure shift in order for me to take that setup. You know what I'm saying? You want to buy at a level of buyers and sell at a level of sellers because it gives you the highest probability of winning that trade. The reason being is price goes from sellers to buyers. So if you're going to take a sell, you need to be at a key level of sellers where you see every time price gets to that area, it fucking sells off. Same thing when it's buying. If you know buyers are sitting here and it always gets to this level and it buys up, then that's probably a good area where you should be entering buys. You know what I mean? So, and I can explain that Bitcoin L that I took, that $44 real quick. The reason why I took the L is because I got in off this break right here, and then it was out of session. First off, the market ain't even open yet. You know what I'm saying? It was Sunday, like at fucking Sunday, like at 1 p.m. The market ain't even open. As soon as the market opened, I had this push, and then it came back and retraced. But my problem is, I took the setup way up here at a fucking high, pretty much. I know buyers are sitting right here, right at this level. Hold on, was it this level or this one? I'm confused. It was this level, right? This level of sellers, this high gets created, right? And this higher low is created off this level of buyers. So if this is the level of buyers, and why is my tools way down here, bro? But anyway, if this is the level of buyers where price is creating higher lows, then nigga, this is the area I want to be entering my trade at. This is where I should be taking my setups. You know? Like, I hope people that watch this actually, you know what I'm saying? And the reason you want to be in here, right, if you see a high and then a higher low being created, right, the reason you want to be at this because it gives you the highest probability for price to go up from here, because every time price comes to this zone, price above this zone is bullish. You see it. You see it. And then price comes down. As you see, price gets here, creates a higher low, slips back bullish, another higher high, it creates another higher low off this zone, and then another higher low. And then that's when I got in, because that took off, and then once price retraced and I saw it reject this area and shift back bullish on the 15-minute, I think I explained this. It came up here, tapped into this level, and then broke here. I entered that. I explained that in the last video. But the reason I got in right there, because it gave me the highest probability, because it's at a level of buyers and it's creating a higher low off that level. And then it breaks this lower high, creates a high and then a higher low, and then continues creating higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So trading is really not that complicated, bro. It's just zones and knowing when to, and watching the market structure shift. As you see, it tapped into a level of sellers, and then the market structure is shifting back bearish, and you can see it on the 15-minute. Look how smooth that fucking shit is. You can see it building back bearish, and that's a down. You can see it downtrending. You can see the bearish market. You can see the lower lows and the lower highs. Even on a fucking 5-minute, you can see it, bro. So at all time frames need to correlate. You can see the lower highs being built. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. It's all the same shit. You know what I mean? It hit a level of sellers, and now the structure shifting. You know? That's all trading is. That gives you the highest probability, right? So now we're at a level. Oh my gosh, I hate when it does that shit. So now we are at a key level of sellers, and you know, because this is where price was at, this is where sellers are sitting at. Sometimes it's going to get to this area and create a lower high and then shift the structure. So we know it's at a level of sellers, right? But structure hasn't been broken yet. Just because that level of sellers and it created two lower highs, that doesn't mean, oh, nigga, take a sell because we're at a level of sellers. No, you got to wait on the structure to shift back bearish. If it gets to a level of sellers and never shifts back bearish, then you don't take the setup. Perfect example is right here. As you see, price broke this higher low. It created a lower low, lower high, a lower low. And then it got back to this level where it had broke this level of buyers, but it never shift back bearish. You see, it kept creating a lower low, lower high, created a higher low, higher high, and a higher low, and a higher high, and a higher low. It never, even though it broke that level of sellers, and remember I say, when price hits this level of sellers, it's supposed to, when price hits a level of sellers, price can switch back bearish, but it never shift back bearish on the 1 hour time frame. You can see it break this lower high, create a higher high and a higher low on the 1 hour time frame. That's why I use the 1 hour for overall market structure, because the 15-minute may look like it's shifting back, but it's not. It's just creating that higher low. You know what I'm saying? It never broke this previous higher low right here, even on the 15-minute. It has to break structure. You know what I'm saying? It created high and then another higher low off this level. This is just the market being closing, so there's not enough value. And then Asian session kicked in and just boom, took it off. But this is a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. This structure is broke. This level gets broke. the level of sellers gets broke. So, you know what I'm saying? Price just retraces. What goes up must come down. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you have to take trades at level of buyers, level of sellers. This is a heavy level of buyers. You can see it on the daily time frame. I wasn't paying attention to that. And I started looking at the daily time frame more. But it's heavy level of buyers because price broke out of this, all this, right? And broke out and had this crazy bullish candle in the daily time frame. So when price got here, the buyers were sitting here waiting, and then the structure had shifted on the 1 hour time frame. And you can see the structure shift on the 1 hour time frame. I can repeat this again and again and again. A lower low, lower high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and a higher low. You know? So now that we're at a level of sellers, price can still buy up if it wants to. You know what I'm saying? We have to wait for price to do this. Break a higher low, create a lower high. And then that's how we know we're going back down to potentially this level of buyers. And then it can just keep doing this. And then it gets to this level of buyers and create a higher low, break a higher high, and then go back up bullish. The market structure, bro, if you look at my fucking, I have a free course, bro. It's fucking like 4 or 5 videos. You know what I'm saying? Explaining this, how to look for shit. You know? I can give you the whole sauce, but if you don't follow your rules and shit, then you're just not going to make it. But like I said, key zones is important. You need to understand where your buyers and sellers are sitting at these levels. And the reason is because if you see higher higher lows, you see lower highs being created. Look, you can see these lower highs being created on the 4 hour. You need to be getting in on these lower highs if you're going to take a setup. You know what I'm saying? If you're shorting, you need to be up here. There's no point for you to take a fucking short right here. Because if you take a short right here and the structure ain't broke yet, then nigga, you're setting yourself up for failure every time. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 hour structure, 4 hour daily time frame for zones. But look, you can see a fucking higher high, higher low, a lower high. This is level seller. This is buyers are sitting at. Buyers are creating higher lows from here. So buys at this zone is really where you want to be at. You know what I'm saying? And so you want to be at sales because every time price gets up here, it pushes price down. Every time price is down here, it pushes price up. And then it's just market structure from there. You know sellers are sitting up here. You know buyers are sitting up here. You know what I'm saying? So higher lows are being created and lower highs are being created. But then you see this higher low get broke. It hits a level of sellers. It breaks the higher low, creates a lower high, and continues dropping. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you know what I mean? Like, you see the structure. Like, you gotta pay attention to the structure. The structure is important, and these zones are important. I can show you time and time again. I can show you time and time again. Buyers are sitting here creating higher lows. You want to be in at these higher lows if you plan on taking a setup after the structure shifts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to wait on the structure. You can see right here, buyers are sitting here, creates a lower low, lower high, higher low, breaks this lower high, creates a higher high, comes back to create a higher low. If you're going to take up any buy position, you don't want to take a buy position up here. You want to take it where it's creating higher lows and buying up from, because you're going to get the highest probability out of that trade. I even took an L right here, trying to buy right here, when I know the buyers are sitting way down here. So why am I taking a setup up here? Why am I taking buys up here? You know what I'm saying? And then lower highs are being created. If I'm taking sales, I'm trying to look for sales after it breaks this lower low and creates a lower high. I'm looking for sales up here because I know sellers are sitting up here. Like, you have to pay attention to these zones and where buyers and sellers are at, because that's what's going to give you the highest probability. Even right here, I took this setup too, because I knew buyers were sitting here because it was creating higher lows off this level and it had this crazy push. And then sellers were sitting here because it shifted the trend off this level. And this is where price had created that lower low and that lower high, and it broke this level of buyers because buyers were sitting here and pushed price up. And I knew it was holding it as a level of resistance. So, you know what I mean? So, you just got to pay attention to the zones. And then once you pay attention to the zones, you're just looking for the market structure to shift. That is all trading is, man. Especially on gold, because gold shows you so fucking well what it does. So you can master looking at the trends flips and looking at market structure, bro. It's so easy after that. It's just so easy, bro. But I don't want to ramble for too long, but that's just what you're looking for. Some free sauce, bro. So Bitcoin, W trade, triple the account off that. USD JPY, I'm staying away from it. I don't see clear structure. Look at this. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Crazy candles. This is bullshit. I'm not trading it. You know what I mean? I'm sticking to straight market structure. If I can't see the market structure as clear as day, then I'm not taking it, bro. If the market structure you can't see clear highs, higher lows, if it don't look like this, where you see it trending down with clear structure, or you see it trending up with clear higher highs and higher lows, then leave it the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? It should look like this, nice and smooth. You can see it trending up. You can zoom out and see it trending up. You can see the higher lows being created. You can see the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. You know what I'm saying? And then this level bars. Then it breaks a lower high, creates a high, and then a low, and then goes up here. Like, it's just the market structure, bro. It has to be there. You know what I'm saying? And you have to mark up your zones. You have to understand that off a level of sellers, it can create lower highs, and then off of a level of buyers, it can create higher lows. That's still bullish momentum. And if it's creating lower highs and higher lows, you have to wait on a structure shift before you get in. It's really that easy. Trading is not overcomplicated. People just think it's hard because they want to sit there and fucking trade a 1 minute fair value gap and fucking SMT divergence and all that stupid ass fucking, I can't stand that stupid shit. And then nigga, you got other niggas who trade fucking as soon as market opens and shit, like, we're gonna look for the fucking the London highs and the Asian lows, and then we're gonna wait for us. Like, all that shit is bogus. Order flow is bogus. Let me fucking pay all this money for order flow when the candlesticks show you the market before the order flow does. The candlesticks is the order flow. The candlesticks, bro. The fucking market structure is the fucking algos. All those fucking algorithms, the fucking RMAs, the damn, what is the Fibonacci's, all that bullshit, nigga. It's all the fucking candlesticks and the market structure. The candlesticks. You don't need all that shit. It's just candlesticks, nigga. Like, motherfuckers are so stupid. You don't need patterns. It's just candlesticks. It's just higher highs, higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows, lower highs. The break of a fucking lower high or the break of a higher low, and then a fucking something else being created. It's really just this, nigga. Like, bro, I can tell you this time and time again, bro. Because it pisses, like, it's so fucking stupid how niggas really just don't. Some niggas just don't listen. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low. The break of a lower high and another higher low being created. That means it's shifting back bullets because they hit a level of bars or some shit. That's it, bro. Or it can do, all you got to do is understand what the market structure does and how it moves. Once you can understand market structure and what the market structure does off of levels of buyers and sellers, nigga, you're going to be fucking profitable. All you got to do is be patient and wait. Wait on the setup. Wait till it hits one of these zones of level of buyers, level of sellers. Wait on the market structure shift, and then you take the trade. That's it. Nigga, that's all it does. And then it does higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And then if it fucking creates a higher low and it fails to create a higher high, it creates a lower high, breaks a higher low and a lower high. That's how you know it's shifting back bearish, bro. Look at the fucking, bro. Look at my fucking look at my course, bro. It's really that easy. It really is that easy. It really is, bro. How many do I gotta show you examples over and over again? How many fucking examples do you want, bro? I can literally break this shit down on price, get into a level of buyers. Remember, I even called this, I was in this setup. It got to this level of sellers, and then what is it doing at a level of sellers? It's consolidating until price breaks, creates a lower low and a lower high. I got in on that fucking lower high and took price down all the way to this level of buyers, which I could have took it to this level of buyers. And then price gets to this level of buyers. This is the zone, right? This is the zone. This is the zone. And it gets to this level of buyers. And guess what it does? It shifts the fucking trend. Oh no. And then it comes back up here where it broke out of and creates another higher low and continues going up. Oh my gosh, no way. Like, bro, this shit is like, bro, do I need to look, bro? Let me get in my arsenal. Let me get in the arsenal. Let me show y'all niggas, bro. Let me show y'all niggas. Let me show you niggas. Let me show you niggas. You can see the trend hit the buyers. Boom. Create. Sorry. What does it do? Look, lower low, lower high. Lower high. Higher low. That's the first indication. The break of a lower high, a higher high, and another higher low. Oh my God. Look, it's shifting back bullish. Look at that. Look at that. Would you look at that? Look at that. Look at that. Would you look at that? Price gets here, right? Somewhere to a level of sellers, creates a higher low, lower high. It breaks structure. This was new, so this is a little different. But it comes back down to this level of buyers, and what does it do after it hits the level of buyers? It shifts back bullish. Oh, no way. No way. No fucking way. You fucking serious? Oh my gosh, no way. Look at this. Buyers are sitting here. Sellers are sitting here. Price gets to this level of buyers. It buys up to the sellers. Price gets to the level. It buys back down to the level of buyers. No way. Look, price gets back here and it buys up to this level of sellers, which are sitting here at this level, and shifts back to bearish. No way. It breaks the structure, creates a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Oh no, there's no fucking way, no way. There's no way it does this. Trading can't be that fucking easy. What is this? What is this, bro? This is a level of sellers. Why is this a level of sellers? A kill? A kill. Why is this a level of sellers? Because this is where price created a lower low and a lower high. Look, there's a lower high right here. Do you see this? Do you see this? You see this fucking lower high? You see this level of sellers? You see price have this crazy ass bearish candle and you see this lower high be created off this level of sellers, huh? You see that, right? Now let's look at this zone I have marked up. You see it taps into this zone, breaks a higher low, creates a lower low, and a lower high. No fucking way. I'm so freaking pissed. Like, someone throw Shamu back in the ocean. Woo! Y'all niggas don't get that white chicks reference. Look, it's Tina the talking to me. But bro, dog, it's really that fucking easy. Like, bro, I'm gonna show y'all niggas. I'm gonna show you how easy it is, bro. Mind you, it took me a little while to figure this shit out, but once I figured it out, man, like, you know what I'm saying? It just takes time to master the psychology of things. And this video is going to be pretty long. But look, this is where price had what? This is a level of buyers. Why is this level of buyers? You ask, Achilleo. Because price broke a lower high, created a higher high and a higher low, and had this crazy push off of here. So we know some like buyers are sitting here because this is a higher low. Price gets here, breaks a lower high, creates a higher high and a higher low. If that wasn't enough, it gets to this level of sellers, and it's still creating higher low and then higher highs. It's not breaking, even though it's at a level of sellers. That's what I say. You don't, just because it's at a level of sellers doesn't mean you take a sell, and just because it's at a level of buyers doesn't mean you take a buy. Because this is an example, price is still bullish right here, right? And it gets to this level of sellers where price sold off, came here, created lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. You know what I'm saying? It gets here and creates higher highs, higher low, higher low. It's out of session, and it's still creating higher lows. It never breaks any of these higher lows. It never does what it's supposed to do. It never breaks and creates a lower high and does this. So sales can't be valid there. You have to understand that. There's levels to this shit, nigga. So I'm explaining this to you. But you know what I'm saying? You have to understand the market structure and these zones. I'm not lying to you. I don't sell nothing. I'm not fucking sitting here, you know what I'm saying, asking you to subscribe to nothing. I'm not asking you for shit. I'm not asking you to fucking do shit. I'm just dropping videos for knowledge so the people that watch my shit actually have something to watch and they can take something away from this. Like, bro, I'm not stupid. I'm not wrong. Look, buyers are sitting right here. Sellers are sitting right here. Price creates a lower high and pushes all the way back down to this level. If you're going to take, and it creates a higher low. Remember, everything is situational though. Price can get to a level of buyers and create higher lows and higher lows, or it can create lower highs and lower highs. It's just all situational. Take what setup you feel comfortable with and do what the fuck you feel like doing, because at the end of the day, it's your money you're playing with. What you eat don't make me shit. Who you fuck don't make me come. Even though, nah, I'm not gonna say I wanna feel your girl. Cause I do, nigga. No, just playing. I don't wanna feel your girl cause you don't got no standards. You don't got nothing. But you see, buyers are sitting here, sellers are sitting here. Price is a little choppy. This is a no trade zone until you start seeing the structure create higher highs and higher lows. Like, bro, I'm giving y'all sauce that took me a while to even fucking understand, bro. Like, when I first started trading, bro, I was just so lost. I traded, I tried it, and then I was just like, oh, this shit is fucking, you know. Then I stop for 5 months. Then I'll start again, and then after I lose some money, I'll stop for another 3-4 months. Like, I just wasn't consistent until last year, bro. I really just wasn't. Really wasn't consistent until last year, man. And I had my first 1K day just off of me being consistent, you know. So I'm just letting y'all know, man. Like, it's really not hard. Buyers, sellers, market structure. That is it. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to understand. If you can see and figure out what the market structure is and where sellers and buyers are sitting at, and you can read that and learn how to read it very fucking well, you're going to make a lot of fucking money and understand when sellers get broke and when buyers get broke, right? Because when sellers gets broke, it's going to create a high and a higher low before it takes off. Like, bro, I can give y'all multiple examples. Price breaks structure first and always comes back to create that lower high before continuing to drop. Price is always going to break structure, lower low, and create a lower high. Lower low, lower high. It's always going to break and create some structure. Look, this is a level of sellers. Sellers got broke. It closed above and created that higher low and continue. It's always going to give you time to enter, and it's always going to show you what it wants to do before it doesn't, unless it's fucking consolidating and you can't see it. You just don't fucking trade it. You can look at all my old videos. I was forcing setups, I was forcing trades, knowing damn well I know what the fuck I'm doing, and it just fucks you. You have to wait. You have to be patient. You have to understand what you're doing. You have to understand what you're doing. Look, lower, you know what I'm saying? If you want to call this lower high, it breaks this, but you can't really call this a lower high. It creates a higher high and then a higher low, and then it shifts back a little bit. This is a little weird situation because there was so much volume and gold was just going stupid, but even if you would have just waited on this to be broke, higher high, higher low, and you see it goes to that next level of sellers where price had this fucking, where price break this lower low and a lower high, created another lower high off this level, which I don't think it was this level. It was really this level right here. Yeah, I was going off of this level when I seen this because sellers push price down here. Remember, whenever you're looking for some shit, just look to your left, you know, and you see price created hit this level, sellers created a low, higher low, and then a lower high, broke that fucking higher low, created lower low, and came back to create that lower high, lower low, lower high, until they got back down to this level of bars where it had this strong push up. Like, man, you just gotta pay attention, bro, to your zones. Learn how to look for them, learn how to mark them up, and you can just wait on market structure, man. All you need is one pair. All you need to do is trade gold. You can just trade gold and master one pair, master gold. Look, nigga, like, just watch that, nigga. Have that shit as your one pair. If you can master this, nigga, you'll be a fucking millionaire just off of you analyzing one pair, bro. Like, you don't need 5 pairs. You don't need 10 pairs. You look at my shit, bro. I analyze probably like 3 pairs at a time. My only pairs that I analyze is gold, Bitcoin, and USD JPY if it's moving smooth because those give me the most volume. USD CAD I just added into my arsenal because I seen how smooth it moves, but you know what I'm saying, and I made money off that. But it's like, bro, you have to trade shit that's just straight smooth market structure. Like, man, I can sit here and ramble, bro, and make a whole hour video and just show y'all fucking examples, bro. Like, you know what, bro, I can do that. I can do that for y'all, man. Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Because the niggas that really watch the video and watch the whole thing, they really just want to take in sauce and understand it for real. You know what I'm saying? But, like, bro, every pair is different, though. Every pair is different. It's all market structure, but every pair is different. Like, you'll see some different shit. But I can still break down and show you examples of shit and what you should be looking for, right? So, right here, this is Bitcoin, right? I'm gonna give y'all some shit because I took an L on this trade, right? Because I'm seeing it make lower highs. This level sellers, this level buyers. I got in as level buyers. It created lower highs. I didn't get out. Took an L, right? But this is still a level. It never breaks these zones and showing me like some crazy structure. You know what I'm saying? So really, this is a level buyer. So I really shouldn't be really taking any setups until this is clearly broke, like it did here. You know, but I could have took buys up to this level because I know sellers are sitting here. Boom. This is just easy structure. This lower high gets broke, creates a higher high, higher low, building up higher low, so this gets to this level of sellers. Then it breaks a higher low, creates a lower low and a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then it gets to this level of buyers, which is somewhere around this area. I relatively just get out of my trade if I'm around that zone or somewhere in that zone. I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm trying to just take my fucking money and, you know what I'm saying, be gone. That's why I took my 80 fucking $4 on that last trade I took on Bitcoin, even though I could have held it to like 100 and some dollars. Really, you want to get the most out of your trade, but bro, if you see it going against you, don't be too greedy and you're at that zone. You know you're at a level of buyers. Nigga, stop trying to get more out of the trade. Take what the market gives you and go get some pussy, go eat some ass, go touch some grass, go to the gym, go on a run, go pick some flowers, nigga, go call your mom, your dad, tell her you love them. 'Cause I know most of y'all niggas don't even do that. You know what I'm saying? Go fucking do something productive with yourself, bro. Like, you can sit there and stare at the charts all day, but it's unhealthy. It's stupid because all you're doing is fucking clouding up you're making your eyes hurt first off, and you're just fucking clouding up your head, bro. Go get some rest. Go get some protein in, bro. Like, go eat eat clean, go grocery shopping, go do your laundry, go wash your car. Like, I know your house is filthy. I know you ain't cleaned your shoes. I know your shoes dirty. I know your drawers is stinky. I know your socks ain't folded. I know your shirts ain't hung up, cause my shit ain't hung up. You know what I'm saying? So like, nigga, go do something, bro. Don't look at the charts all fucking day. You know what I'm saying? You're wasting your fucking time because you can't make the markets move. You know what I'm saying? The market is only going to move during session, and it's only going to show you market structure, and you're just looking for the market structure. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of examples, man, because this video, I'm going to make it fucking long because I don't give a fuck, bro. It's 11:40. I got fucking time. I don't give a fuck. I can't fucking go to sleep anyway. So I'm gonna give y'all niggas some examples. And if y'all wanna fucking watch a whole hour long video of me giving y'all examples on why the way I trade works so fucking well, and I'm gonna really prove it to y'all. That's why I made this whole 50 to fucking a million shit. Because nigga, I know what the fuck I'm doing. It's just it just takes a little time and trial and error when you're just trying to get your psychology in place. But check me out, bro. This is a level of buyers. What I say, buyers and sellers. Identify where your buyers are at. Identify where your sellers are at. Prices breaks this fucking low, creates a higher high and a higher low, takes up this level of sellers. That could have been a buy entry. This structure gets broke. Higher low gets broke. It's at a level of buyers. Cool. You don't want to take this setup because you don't know, because you're still at a level of buyers. This level of buyers has to get broken. Price closes below here, creates a low and a lower high. So this could have been your entry on your short, and you could have took it down to this level or this level of buyers, because this is the next level. Price goes from zone to zone. You could have took this setup, stops above this previous lower high, because if this lower high gets broke and starts building back up bullish, you lost that trade. It's over with. You're in the wrong trend. Go to sleep. Wake up the next day, bro. Think about what you did. Go sit in timeout, nigga, before I put belt to ass. You know what I'm saying? Right? You could have took that setup all the way back down to this level of buyers. And I was going to take this setup too. It gets to this level of buyers, right? And Bitcoin usually moves off the 4 hour smooth and the 1 hour for structure. But like you can see on the 4 hour, this is a level of buyers. It's just created a higher low off this level of buyers. And you drop down to your 1 hour, and you can see the structure shift right here, which I saw this, and I could have took this shit, but I didn't. I would have made a lot more money. But you see lower low, lower high, fucking, I don't know, this is choppy shit, but you see this lower high gets broke, higher lows are being built, is being formed. You can see the higher lows being formed. Even if I drop on the 15-minute, bro, you can still see the same exact thing. So I use the 15-minute and the 5-minute for entries after I see the 1 hour structure, the 4 hour, and all that shit. You can see the structure being built. You can see the higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. You can see it fucking building up on the 15-minute. Nigga, that could have been a fucking entry also. You know what I'm saying? And then you see this level of sellers gets broke. This was once the level of sellers. You know what I'm saying? You could wait till it gets here and then see if it gets broke, or you can just close. It don't matter. Just take another setup. But you see this level gets broke. Higher lows being formed. You know? Price never fucking breaks structure. It's still creating consistent higher lows. That's why I just was like, oh, yo, it's going to buy up. It's going to buy up. And I told you I was going to fucking buy up because it's holding and it's creating higher lows. It's creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Still creating higher lows. I got in right here. This was my trade. Go look at my fucking previous video, and I can. This is exactly why I took the trade, bro. It created a higher low. I even put it in the fucking group chat. Created a higher low, and I rode fucking the trend all the way up to about right fucking here, and I got out. Even though I targeted 82,000, I could have got out at 82,000, but I just didn't. I could have held my trade for another fucking day and just been like, nigga, that's passive income. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now price is bearish. Lower low, lower high. Price can create a lower low and a lower high and drop back down to where it initially broke out of, either right here where it had this crazy push, or it can come back down here. It just depends on what the market is doing. You know what I'm saying? So understand what you're looking for and what you're looking at. But I ain't done, nigga. I ain't done, bro. The niggas that really want to sit here and watch this and learn and really want to expand their brain, they're going to continue watching this whole video because they don't give a fuck. My real niggas that actually do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when the market is choppy, you just don't trade it. Leave it the fuck alone. If you can't identify what it's doing, then you leave it the fuck alone. You know what I mean? But even you can see right here, buyers are sitting here. I have this zone marked up. Price breaks this lower, creates a higher low. You want to be in right here at this level of buyers. This is where buyers are sitting at. Let the market give you time. Let the market give it. What the fuck am I saying? Let the market. Give the market time to let it show you what it wants to do, and then you execute. Don't try to guess the market. React to what the market is doing. Let the market take its fucking panties off and open its fucking pussy so you can see what you're gonna get into. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just try to take her panties off and just put your dick in, and guess what? She has crabs, or you can see all these bumps, and you ain't look at her shit before you just tried to dive in this bitch's shit, and you get burnt. That's your fault because you jumped into that pussy, not understanding or looking at, and at least analyzing it and seeing if it's bumpy or, you know what I'm saying, it's nasty looking. You know, like, like, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, if you was in a SWAT team, you wouldn't just go run into a fucking building. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, your ass go get popped. You gotta treat trading like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta analyze the situation before you just go jumping in buildings and kicking doors down and all type of goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get popped. You know? So this is level of buyers. As you see prices, this is probably out of session. I mean, out of like, this is probably like the weekend. That's why it's moving all slow. But you see sellers get broke. A high is being created, and then it gets to this level of bars. It creates a higher low off this level it broke out of, and then on the 1 hour, you can see price create a lower low. Price breaks a fucking lower high, creates a higher high and a higher low, and this goes crazy stupid. This market structure is a little goofy. Not gonna lie to you, but still, if you wanted to trade this, I wouldn't trade some of this shit, to be honest with you. I would only trade the smooth shit that looks like this. This looks smooth, right? It taps into this level of bars, creates a higher low, breaks structure, and then creates a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, a lower high, but it still creates a higher low. It never breaks this level of bars. We know bars are sitting here. We know sellers are sitting here because price, when it got here, it had this crazy push. So this would have been your target right here. You could have took this setup because the setup looks smooth as fucking day. It just looks clear as day. Higher low, higher low. Like, of course, it didn't create that higher high, but it never broke this level of bars. Bars are sitting here. You could have longed this shit right here, stops below this level of bars, and just took price up to this level of sellers because you know sellers are sitting here because price got here and had this crazy market structure shift. You know what I'm saying? But that was just setting you up for it to come create another higher low. Like, you know what I'm saying? Another higher low. And then it already been here. So once it goes here and it breaks it, it's looking to go to that next level, which was most likely right here where it had this crazy ass push off. Which, if I have the zone marked up, it's probably somewhere where price created a lower high or broke a structure, which was this. It created the lower high and broke out of here and had this crazy push down. So I was valid for that. I took this setup also. I took that setup. I took this setup. You know what I'm saying? And then, as you see, when price taps in, it shifts the structure and starts going back down to this level of bars. Has this little reaction. Price has a deeper retracement, but you can't really fucking see that on the 1 hour. But on the daily time frame, that's why I flip all between time frames. But on the daily time frame, you can see these higher lows being built off these level of bars. You can see these higher lows being built. Price on these fucking pairs will come all the way back down to the previous higher lows and create higher lows and jump off from that area. It just depends, bro. Like, you just gotta pay attention to what the market is doing, because you see right here, this is a level of bars because it pushed up from here. Price comes here to create this higher low, and then price comes up all the way up here, comes back down to create this higher low, and then creates this higher low. Price goes all the way up here, and then it retraces all the way back down to this higher low. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it uses this zone as a level to push up off of in the next life. So you got to keep your zones marked up. Like, that's important. So, yeah, man, just analyze this shit, bro. Analyze it. Just look at the fucking markets and look what it's doing. You can clearly see the bullish trends. You can see it going up. You can see it. All you got to do is learn how to identify when the trend is trending. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't identify it, then maybe you need to get your eyes checked, first off. And second off, like, bro, you just got to be patient. Like, look, I'm gonna keep giving y'all. I'm gonna give y'all examples, man. I want y'all to understand. Look, price gets to this level of sellers, boom, creates a lower low and a lower high, comes back here. I took this setup too. Price breaks this level, creates a low and a lower high. I think this was the weekend also. And then I took this setup, and then boom, price comes all the way here, creates that low, comes back up here, creates the lower high, starts building back bears, and just goes crazy and keeps going. It keeps going down. Yeah, I was already here at this level that it broke up, had a little retracement, came back down. Then it tapped into this next level of fucking bars right here, where price had pushed up off this level, taps into this level, that would have been a TP. Then it comes up here, this is a level of sellers. Price taps into this level of buyers, shifts back bullish till it gets to this level of sellers, and then structure breaks, creates a low and then a lower high. I took this setup also right here. and then it just comes all the way down. And just, bro, just look at the structures: lower low, lower high, lower low. Buyers are sitting here, pushes price up, creates a lower high off this, lower low, lower high, and then keeps going: lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Hits a level of buyers, breaks, comes back up. Sellers, resistance, another lower high, equal high, and then price creates a low and a lower high. Like, bro, the market structure is so smooth. Like, look, sellers are sitting here, buyers are sitting here because this is where price pushed up. Price gets to this level. Sellers breaks a higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, lower high, lower low. Hits this level. Buyers breaks higher high, higher low. Gets to this level. Sellers lower low, lower high, lower low. Like, it just does the same thing, bro. Like, I just don't know how to fucking, like, bro, boom, gets to this level. Buyers again, creates that higher low of this level. Buyers, as I showed y'all previously, breaks a lower high, higher low, then comes back up to this level of sellers. Lower, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Comes back down to this level of buyers, breaks this, higher high, higher low. You know what I'm saying? Another higher low. Breaks here. Comes back to create another higher low. Breaks this lower high, higher low. And then goes to this lower sellers, lower low, lower high. Breaks this shit, lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Lower low. Hits this, creates another higher low. This level bars. Breaks a lower high. Higher low, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Like, bro, it just does the same shit. There's just no way you just think this shit is this hard. Bro, it's literally just not this fucking hard, bro. It's not really hard. Bitcoin is not, it's like it's cool, but it's not like, it's not better than gold. I'm gonna say that. It's nothing's better than gold for real. You can see the market structure on gold so smoothly. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's my main pair. Bitcoin is like the side, Bitcoin's the side piece. Like, all right, this is how I trade. Gold is my main pair. That's my main shorty. This is we going out to eat. We eating dinner, steak, lobster. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin the side piece. I might smack her here and there. You know what I'm saying? When I need it, I'm gonna call her. Oh, Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm gonna get in there once in a while when I, you know what I'm saying? When I need that, when I need something new, when I need something different. And then USD JPY, it's just a booty call. USD JPY is just something you just got on the back burner where it's like, all right, man, the side piece ain't doing shit, so let me just hit up this person. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that's me in real life because I don't got no pictures for it. Like, bro, my shit is like, my phone is so dry, bro. Like, nigga, my phone is so dry, nigga. If they were to shoot the movie Hoes in my phone, remember when them niggas was scooping hoes and nigga, they would probably die, nigga, because they so dry in that motherfucker, man. Like, god damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, that motherfucker dry, bro. It's like the Sahara Desert in my fucking phone, boy. Hey, man, but it's better that way, man, and your peace is everything, man. Having your own sanctuary and having your own peace of mind is everything, bro. But, you know what I'm saying? But, look, man, I just gave y'all so many examples, bro. Let's keep working, man. Y'all still watching this video, man, then nigga, you really want it. You know what I'm saying? You just want it bad enough, man. The niggas that they ain't hearing what I'm saying, they some bitch ass niggas, fool. But look, these are examples I can just give y'all over and over again. Sellers are sitting here, buyers are sitting here, price created higher low, came back up to this level of sellers. You know what I'm saying? This is level of buyers, price breaks this level, lower high, creates a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, comes to this level of sellers, but higher lows are still being built. Yeah, price breaks this, but it really never creates a lower high. Price was still bullish off this. I took this setup, but this was the first indication, like, all right, sellers are no longer in control because price had broke this level 7, created a high, and it just came back to correct itself, and it just came a little deeper than it was supposed to, and then price creates a higher high and a higher low anyway, and then takes off to this level. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it just does the same shit. Like, it's just like, bro, it's just zones and then the fucking market structure. This is consolidation. You could have still took setups off this, but it's to each his own because you can still see some of the structure, but you know sellers are sitting here and you know buyers are sitting here. And then, you know what I'm saying, it's a little choppy. The structure ain't too clear here, so I just wouldn't take no setups because the structure is not too clear. You know what I'm saying? You can see a higher high, higher high, and then it gets to this level and then has this retracement. So, you know, that's just quick scalps or whatever the fuck. Because, you know, and then you can see the price create these levels of bars, creates higher high, higher low,
higher high, higher low. Like, you can see the structure, bro. It's all structure in zones, right? You can see buyers are sitting here, even though structure is not getting broke. Even though this is sellers right here and buyers are sitting here, you know it's going to buy up because this lower high gets broke, a higher high is created, and another higher low is formed. And plus, we're creating higher lows off these level of buyers. You know what I'm saying? And lower highs are getting broke, but these higher lows are not getting broke by sellers. You know what I'm saying? Now, if this was to get broke, or this other one was to get broke, then you'd be like, all right, it wants to drop. But no, it's creating higher highs and higher lows. Like, it's creating higher lows off this level. Plus, gold is bullish, but sellers are sitting here, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, and a lower low, and then an equal high was created. And you see price come all the way back down to this level that initially broke out of, and it's still creating a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then an equal low, and then a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, all the way up to this level. Then it breaks a higher low, lower high. Like, it just does the same shit, bro. Like, bro, just look, man, nigga, here's more examples. Bro, it's the same shit. Like, bro, it's the same shit. Just look at the 1 hour structure, the 4 hour the day out daily zones, and then wait for your 15 minute, your 5 minute to show you it's going back bearish. That is it. Just wait for the structure. 5 minute, 15 minute for entries. That's it. 1 hour structure, 4 hour and daily and 1 hour zones, and then you just fucking wait till it gets to these zones. You want to take buys off a level of buyers and sales off a level of sellers. Once you identify where they're at and when they're having these pushes, and then you just wait on the structure shift and you take a setup. Like, bro, look, higher low, higher low, higher low. This is a lower high. It breaks a lower high, creates a higher high and a higher low. It just hit a level of buyers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it creates a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Like, this is a lower high, but like, it's still creating higher lows because it's out of session most likely. And then it just goes. It just goes. Even right here, the sellers are sitting here, buyers are sitting here. Even though it created a higher low, it still created a lower high because sellers are sitting here. You know what I'm saying? Some people would have got faked out like this. But if you know buyers are sitting here in this level and it gets here and creates a higher low, nigga, get out of your fucking trade. Like, don't sit there and try to hold it thinking it's going to come back and just magically fucking break this, nigga. No, if it's creating a higher low, get the fuck out. And it's level of buyers, get the fuck out. Then it creates a lower high. You know what I'm saying? And then price starts going back down. Plus, I wouldn't have took buys anyway because price was just bearish anyway. It was just creating all this bearish movement. Buys weren't even valid right here. If the market is coming down, nigga, just look for sales. You know what I'm saying? Unless it shows you otherwise. But it's like the market's coming down and then it starts shifting back bullish. But it's like, look for both ways, but like still. You know, look, sellers are sitting here, buyers are sitting here. Once it gets to this level buyers, it creates a high, higher low, higher low, like alpha level buyers. This is a good entry for a long because buyers are sitting here and it's creating bullish structure. Take that shit. You know what I'm saying? You could have took it here, but you can see price never got here and started consolidating. It just broke that shit and just goes. Like, it just does the same shit over and over and over and over again. I want y'all to hear me, bro. I want y'all to hear me. Look, buyers are sitting here. Another higher low, lower high, higher low, a higher high, higher low, and it breaks this level of sellers, and it just keeps going, keeps going. It just keeps going. Even right here, sellers are sitting here, buyers are sitting here. As you see, as soon as it gets here, it shifts back bearish. It creates a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. This was a crazy ass wick. Oh, this was news. I remember this. This was news. You know what I'm saying? But this is a lower low, lower high, lower low. And then a higher low. I mean, this breaks, this lower high gets broke, creates a higher high, and a higher low off this level of buyers. And then another higher high, higher low. A lower high, but an equal low. And it just keeps going. I missed this trade. I took this setup too also. This was back when I didn't even know this shit. You know what I'm saying? But now that I know it, I'm looking back at it like, bro, this shit was really this fucking easy. And I used to think this shit was fucking hard. But you can see the higher lows. You can see the higher highs, higher lows. Higher. Like, bro, trading is so simple. Stop overcomplicating this shit. Like, look at this structure. It gets to level sellers. Higher low, lower high. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. You know what I'm saying? Lower low. It breaks. This is a lower low, lower high, lower low. It breaks a lower high, creates a higher high and a higher low, higher high, higher low, and then it just goes back up and it's still creating higher lows. It's still higher high, higher low. Like, bro, you just gotta know how to read it. Look at this structure. Look how smooth. Look, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Like, bro, you just gotta understand, bro. It's just not that hard, bro. You want me to go to USD JPY also and show you niggas? Like, come on, bro. I can show you USDJPY too. I don't give a fuck how long this video is, nigga. You gonna hear me today. You gonna hear me today, nigga. You gonna hear me today. You gonna fucking hear me today. Look, buyers are sitting here. Sellers are sitting here. I wouldn't took. You can took buys off this higher lows. That's just up to you how good you is. But I took this buy all the way up to here, bro. Literally, I made like $3 grand off my funded account, bro. No bullshit. I was up like $3,800 on that trade. But look, price broke this level. Sellers created a high. I know it has to come back and create a higher low. I got in right here. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then it comes back to this level right here. And then breaks a lower low, lower high. It comes back to this initial level where it broke out of. Remember, when price breaks out a level of sellers, it's going to hold it as buyers. And if price breaks a level of buyers, it's going to hold it as sellers. Understand that also. But look, price gets here, creates a lower high, but a higher low. You could have waited till price broke here and created a higher high and a higher low, and then it just goes stupid. Like, bro, look at the structure. It gets to the level sellers, breaks, lower low, lower high, 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 and then it starts doing some shit. Like, bro, look at the fucking structure. Look, gets to this level of bars, lower low, lower high, higher low. It breaks, creates a higher high and a higher low, lower high, lower low. But it's at a level of bars, just creating a higher low. So if you're at a level of bars, you're looking for bars at a level of bars until this shit gets broke. But you see, it creates a higher low, breaks higher high, higher low. You could have took that setup, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Like, you have to look at the structure, bro. You have to look at the structure, bro. That's all it is. This right here, buyers are sitting here, sellers are mostly sitting up here. You can see I took this setup too, and price got here. I got out, and I think I made like fucking $900 off that trade. And then you see price break, create a lower low and a lower high, and just had this crazy push, and I missed that. And I was looking at the market when this happened. But USD does the same shit. It'll create higher lows off a level of buyers, you know what I'm saying? Or it'll create lower highs off a level of sellers. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. You can see lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Like, you just see it, bro. You can see it. Like, look at the structure, bro. Understand how structure works. Once you understand how market structure works and how zones work, then you have trading down. That is it. That's literally all trading is, bro. Look, buyers are sitting here, lower low. Price breaks a lower high, creates a higher high and a higher low. Higher high, higher low. Comes up here, break structure. Creates a fucking lower low, lower high, lower low. Gets to this level where it broke out of. Remember, it's going to hold it as level. Creates a fucking breaks it. Creates a higher low. Hits this level again. Comes back down, back to this level of buyers right here. You know what I'm saying? It gets a little deeper, but still, it creates another higher low. You know, and then it starts going back. Like, you can probably see that better on the 15-minute. But this is a little crazy. Like, it's going up and then coming down and doing all this bullshit. I don't like trading shit when it does that, but you could have just waited till this level got broke, but you can see a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can ride these trends. You can see the trend. Learn how to spot the trend. Learn where buyers and sellers are at. This is why I say, like, USDJPY and Bitcoin are just like the side pairs, because sometimes the structure ain't like as smooth as gold. Gold just has the best structure. That's why it's easiest to trade. That's why I use it the most. But this shit, you can see it. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Like, it's just all market structure, bro. Look, I wish I was fucking this nice a long time ago. I would have capitalized off all these moves. Look how smooth that structure is. You know what I'm saying? Like, just look how smooth the structure is. Now, this was bullshit. I didn't trade this because this was doing like this for months. But before that, it was creating higher lows and just going up off of this. Like, you can see the movement. You can see it, bro. You can see the higher highs, higher lows. Like, you can see the structure. You know what I'm saying? Once you learn how to trade, you can see the structure. This might be choppy bullshit. I wouldn't have traded this. But, like, once it started breaking out of these zones and showing me smooth structure, I would have traded that shit. But, man, it just does the same thing over and over again. I want y'all to understand that. This shit is so simple. It's not as hard as you fucking make it seem, bro. Please stop overcomplicating it. And also, another thing is sessions. Understand your sessions, bro. This was Tokyo session, right? Sometimes I'll say gold will move during Tokyo session, but it did set you up for that during Tokyo, London, and New York, so you could already been in that prematurely. But most of the time, London and New York are your main mans. London, New York. Tokyo's a little bit London, New York. Like, London, New York. London, New York. A little bit of Asian session, but London, New York. Like, you have to understand these sessions matter too. London, New York. A little bit of Tokyo. London, New York, Tokyo. London, New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, New York session, Tokyo. London, New York. It's like, you have to be trading during the volume. You want to trade during volume. You have to understand what the fuck's going on, bro. Like, for real. Like, you just have to. Sometimes Tokyo will give you those pushes, not gonna lie. But most likely, London and New York is gonna set you up for most of that shit sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tokyo, and then London, New York. Like, London, New York session. Like, bro, it's Tokyo, London, New York. Boom. Like, London session had this higher low. Like, yeah. Gosh, bro, all you have to do, that's all you really have to do, man, is just understand market structure, understand your zones, and understand what fucking sessions you're in. Because sometimes price will set you up during London, New York. It's Tokyo, London, New York had that crazy push. You know what I'm saying? This was London, created that higher low. New York had that push. This was Tokyo. This is off the open on Sunday. Boom. And then London, New York came back and had this higher low. I took this during New York session and then held it during Tokyo, London, New York, Tokyo, and then London and New York had this crazy push all the way to the zone. Like, just trade your sessions, man. Learn when to take setups, learn your zones, and then take the fucking setup. Cause look, Tokyo, London, New York, like, man, this shit is not as hard as people make it seem, bro. I'm gonna show y'all niggas, but like, it's pretty much it. My fucking throat hurts, bro. Like, all this fucking talking. But man, y'all have a good night, man. That's pretty much it, bro. I hope y'all took a lot out of this, bro, for real.